Anyways, let's move on to the next stage. Violet's Crossing. Now here we are with a Violet stage, where we get to play as the daughter of the Incredibles. The only level in the game where you play as her. Now, her levels involve mainly, press and hold Y to turn invisible. Of course, to represent one of Violet's powers, she can turn invisible. Now, this is actually a stealth-based level, rather than a combat or speed-based level. Your goal is to go through this level and try to sneak past enemies by using up your invisibility. You try to use it up wisely because on the top left, you can see on the Incredible logo, the stripes indicate how much invisibility time you have. So yeah, once that depletes, you will not be able to turn invisible anymore. And when you are in plain sight of the enemies, they will spot you and will try to shoot you or punt you depending on your distance from them. And also, yep, you die in one hit. Uh-oh. Alright. There we go. Also, if you try to hide in, like, plants, they will automatically spot you. Alright. So over there, there's some henchmen. There's also some Incredi-Power, which is used to replenish your invisibility meter, or time. So you can do that. Uh-oh. So yeah, if they're able to shoot you, and you will, die in one hit. Which is always great. Alright. Now we can also sneak behind here to go this way, which I honestly prefer. You also may notice that there's actually two paths to take to get to the next area. There's going to those rocks over there. There's also going up here, where... Also, yeah, going to these paths where you're able to look and see the location of the enemies. It's where they'll look, go back and look at their surroundings. Now, they actually work in patterns to where they will always do that looking animation at exact points. Also, if you're wondering, in the middle is a henchman that's standing completely still. Not even moving in the slightest, I don't think. Kind of see the camera. Yeah, I don't think they are. Also, yeah, you probably want to go back here because trying to go over, because like I said earlier, if you get into plants and like walk in them, the enemies will automatically spot you, as seen here. But you can also do that. So there's that. You can hide behind here. And also, yeah, whenever you are spotted, they will kind of try to stand still and kind of try to find you again when they have a question mark on their head. All right. Thankfully, right there, I hit the checkpoint, so it didn't matter if I died there because I died right where the checkpoint is, and I just respawn where that is. By the way, behind here is a bonus item. So we could look over here and see these two enemies. Just kind of walking. Now, I wouldn't recommend, walking or just traveling right in front of them. May as well go around here and try to get past that guy. Alright, that worked. Didn't need to turn invisible or anything. But yeah, the symbols on the enemies' heads indicate, like, whether they see you or whether they're looking and stuff, or like right after they spot you. Well, they'll have exclamation points on their head. So yeah, look out for those. Uh-oh. There we go. Alright, we have over here. This is where things get a little tricky, guys. We have a long way to go. And we're probably gonna... Yeah, probably going right now is not the optimal choice. Now, in between those rocks in front of us is there's actually some Incredi-Power in between them, so we may as well maybe go to the right and then go in between the rocks and then try going to the left. Alright. And we may as well get some more over here. Uh-oh. There's one right there. And just barely did not make it to the end. Great. Alright.
Back off.
Please. Alright, so you may notice that in the movie, Violet not only had invisibility as a power, but... Okay, that wasn't a smart move. I was trying to do what I did last time, but apparently the enemies ahead of us also have to be in a precise location in order to make that a reality. But anyways, you may notice in the movie that Violet not only has invisibility, but she also has force fields to defend herself with. She does not have force fields in this game that you can use. Now, apparently there is a reason for this. And apparently it's just, it would have made the level too easy. Which makes me think, you know, they could have done a normal combat level with that. But rather they did stealth. I guess they were trying to do something clever. I don't know. Maybe.
Where's Dash?
Good question. That was a close one. Anyways. We have these two guys. We're gonna have to probably wait for a while here. And yeah, it's even weirder because in some behind-the-scenes footage for this game, you could actually see gameplay of this level where Violet is able to use her force field as a way to, I'm guessing, like, dodge bullets and stuff from enemies. But yeah, they're probably right. It would have made the level too easy. It's still weird, though. You know, they could have just done a completely different kind of level, but whatever.
See ya. Super duper.
Alright. Yep. See, that's what I meant. If you get really close to a enemy, they will just punt you and you will immediately die. Man. Either these enemies are really strong or Violet is just really weak. Okay. You can also try to get spotted by the enemies to kind of change the patterns of stuff like this to where, you know, it will kind of delay when they start walking again so that they won't be as synchronized with the other henchmen as much, you know. If you want to work with that stuff. That was not a smart decision. Just kidding, yes it was. Also, your invisibility will also replenish over time. So you don't need those Incredi-Power pickups in order to get your invisibility back. You can just stand still and while not invisible, and it'll come back. Nope. It's pretty funny that they have a whole new set of dialogue for this level. Of the henchmen saying stuff like, "She's a super." I find that line pretty funny. And I think they also say stuff like, "Orders are to shoot on sight." Yeah, like right there. And stuff like, "You can't hide from me." Let's go behind this guy. And there we go. And we get another cutscene. There's Syndrome. Pretty cool to see him. as he's rarely seen in this game at all. Oh, that must explain the rocket we saw earlier. It's storing this Omnidroid. And it's attacking a city! Oh no! Gotta send the military out here. Alright, that was that level. Took us 9 minutes to beat. Alright. We spent a minute invisible. Incredi-points. 650. Is that the pickups we picked up? I'm guessing that's what Incredi-points means. Okay. We avoided 16 enemies. I mean, I'm guessing you'll have the same amount of that as long as you beat the level. We respawned only 5 times. Really? I thought it'd be more. We spent 6 minutes idle, and we burnt 113 calories. Alright, so for the other two bonus items in this level, because, you know, we got 1 bonus item in this stage. So for the other 2, you may notice right over there is where one of the bonus items is located, guarded by that one guy. So, when you go over here, and not get punted by that guy,
Back off. Oh no.
okay. So maybe turn invisible whenever in order to get more invisibility. Ironic. You're using invisibility to get more invisibility. Kind of a waste if you ask me. However, yeah, you won't. They won't notice you whenever you're walking when they're, you know, turned back like that. So that's good at least. It's only either A, you're super close to them, or B, you get into the plants. So we have to go over here to our left and make our way around here and not get spotted by this guy. Which we seem to have successfully done. I'd be darned. Now we can go back to our regularly scheduled program, and maybe not. But whenever we die, I believe it saves the bonus item, right? Yes it does! That's nice. Not even a game like Super Mario 3D World could do that whenever, because in that game, the stages have like green stars you collect as like a bonus thing. Well, not really a bonus thing, you need them to 100% the game. But they're kind of a collectible to get. Whenever you die, it does not save which green stars you have collected. Or at least in the original Wii U version, it does not. However, when they re-released the game on Nintendo Switch, they did fix that, and it does save. It does save which ones you get even after you die. So that's nice. It's funny because this game came out like almost 10 years before that game did, and was able to do that. I mean, I know this is something completely optional. The bonus items are 100% optional, so it's kind of less of a big deal, but still, it's nice. Alright, so this music is pretty interesting because, okay, I don't know if I've mentioned this, but after this game's release, and of course considering that the movie it's based on actually ends on a cliffhanger, a year after this game they actually released a video game sequel to The Incredibles titled The Incredibles Rise of the Underminer, which pretty much... Shut up. Which pretty much leads off exactly where the original film ended, where you have the characters fighting the Underminer, this huge villain that, you know, attacks the Incredibles' hometown. And so yeah, this song is actually the title screen, or the main menu music for that game. Pretty interesting that they reuse music from this game for that. It's even weirder that this is the only music track that they actually reuse for that game. The rest of the music in that is all original. And even more interesting, here's a fun fact, that in The Incredibles 2, part of the credits theme in Incredibles 2 actually uses a melody heard in the credits theme made for The Incredibles Rise of the Underminer, which is really interesting that Michael Giacchino would kind of, have a callback to that. Dang it. Okay, that's actually where the final bonus item is located. So, right where the ending gate is, it's pretty difficult to get there. But when you do, we'll see here in a little bit. Alright. Yes, I can. Watch me. I could go around here, right? I mean, there's the plants, which don't help at all. But, if we wait here and have this henchman kind of stroll through, well, it's nice that the camera zooms out for us. We could probably go around, right? We sure can! We can enter this cave section over here, where we find the final bonus item for the level. It's funny that they made this whole cave just for this one bonus item and literally nothing else. Well, doesn't even matter, because we don't even have to well, I may as well finish the level. Now, you actually do not have to finish the level in order to save the bonus items you got. You just have to save the game at any point, and it'll save the bonus items you get. So you can just exit the level or go to another mission. As long as you save at some point in your session, it'll save the bonus items that you get, which is really nice. Especially since I played the Lego Star Wars games a while ago on this channel. And in those games, you had to finish the level in order for all the collectibles to save. So it's really nice that this game, doesn't require you to do that. But for the sake of this playthrough, I'm probably gonna have to beat the level. Just so we can, seamlessly transition to the next stage. Uh-oh. Alright, and there we go. That takes care of Violet's Crossing. And now we can move on to the next level. That being Incredi-Ball. So, yeah, this isn't really a level we play as, any of the main four members, or, has the same gameplay as, the four characters we played as before. But we do have this video which shows us more antics of, Dash and Violet, or just Violet for now. Unfortunately, she really can't. I mean, judging by the last level, dear God. Oh, there's Dash. Alright. I was wondering where he went. Oh. This might be the ball in Incredi-Ball. Alright. So here we are. This is a pretty much a different format of level. Just for this level, by the way. Where you technically play as both Dash and Violet in one of as you run around as Dash in one of Violet's force fields, in the kind of the veins of a hamster ball. You don't really have to, do anything aside from move, as you pretty much are able to just crash into things. So you can just run straight into these enemies over here and not have to worry about anything. Other than the fact that, yes, your health can drain in this level. So yeah, I think it's really cool that they actually, made an entire level based off that scene from the movie. With Dash and Violet kind of combining their powers here to do something really cool with it. I see a lot of people say that this is their favorite level in the game. I could see that. It's a lot of fun, honestly. Especially after the last two levels, which are kind of fun, I guess. I think 100 Mile Dash is fine enough. Violet's Crossing I'm not the biggest fan of, though. This level's a lot of fun. It's just satisfying running into enemies, what can I say? Alright, there we go. So yeah, there's gonna be a lot of physics-based puzzles in this level. Of like trying to gain enough momentum to go up walls and stuff. Forgot to mention in the last level that Violet in this game is voiced by Sarah Vowell, the same actress who voiced her in the movie. So it's pretty cool that you know they got her back from the movie to voice her again for the video game. Same actually applies to Dash's voice actor Spencer Fox, who voiced him in the movie and also voiced him in this game. Oh, this part's pretty funny. Whole bunch of enemies talking at once. Most of them saying this way. God. Anyways, this is what I meant by a whole bunch of physics-based puzzles, having to go up that ramp to destroy that generator. So you're supposed to destroy 4 of them in order to bring down those laser gates. Also, you may notice on our interface, or the Incredi-Ball logo on the top left, the red bar that's usually used in Dash levels to measure your heat. In this case, it's used to measure your speed. So it's a good reference for if you're like wanting to gain enough momentum to go up a ramp, for example. Could be used to measure the likeliness of that happening, or the likelihood. So right there, I was able to do it pretty easily. Going off other ramps really helps too. So yeah, as I was saying about Dash's voice actor in this game and the movie, the first movie, Spencer Fox. Of course, they actually got a different voice actor for him in Incredibles 2, along with other times that they have Incredibles and stuff like Disney Infinity. Those they actually got different voice actors for Dash specifically because I believe Spencer Fox was a child actor for this movie, so like, of course they couldn't have him do the same voice 10 years later. So, yeah. So here we just gotta wait for this monopod. If you touch it, I believe you will die, like, instantly. Because the force field will collide with the monopod and it'll explode. And yeah. Even though I'm pretty sure in the movie Violet's force fields were able to withstand explosions. But, whatever. I guess don't want to make it too overpowered for this game. Here we just gotta do it again. As we see the background is kind of morph into existence. That's nice. Alright, and we drop down here. Here's a pretty fun part. We have to knock enemies into that generator in order to destroy it. And then we just roll down here. This is where the level ends. Alright, and the whole family meets once again. In fact, I'm pretty sure this is the first time we ever see the family all together in this game. In this cutscene right here. Also, I do think in the movie, this was really the first scene where we got to see the family all fight baddies together, which is pretty cool. Yeah. And that was incredible. Took us 5 minutes to beat, defeated 77 enemies, received 200 damage, dealt 1,800 damage. We picked up 100 health. We did 131 rotations. I'm glad it measures that. I'm glad it tracks that. And we burnt 295 calories. So for this level's bonus items, you may have noticed that we did not get any of the bonus items in this stage. And for one of them, you actually have to, do multiple things. So right after you start the level and go off of that cliff, I guess, right over here is somewhere where we did not visit when playing through the level normally. Over here is a generator that you destroy, which will activate 1 out of 3 green lights that we have to light up in order to turn off that gate, which will lead us to one of the level's bonus items. So yeah, it might be the most complicated way to get a bonus item in this game. Not the most cryptic, but definitely the most complex, of having to destroy 3 generators across the level, across the entire stage, like one scene over here, which activates another green light. So now we just need one more. So one thing I haven't really talked about this game is the developers who worked on it. Heavy Iron Studios. Now, Heavy Iron Studios is, I don't know if they exist anymore as a company, but what I do know is that they made a ton of licensed games around this time, as they were also developers behind, I think, a couple of Scooby-Doo games. I know they made Scooby-Doo Night of 100 Frights. And they were also developers of some SpongeBob video games, some SpongeBob SquarePants games, including SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom and the SpongeBob SquarePants movie video game. They also developed some other Pixar video games, like, I believe they developed the Ratatouille video game, the WALL-E video game, and the Up video game. And they were actually going to be the developers behind the Toy Story 3 game, as they actually submitted a pitch to, I believe, Disney Interactive to basically encourage them to pick them as the developers behind the Toy Story 3 game. It didn't work, and Avalanche Software ended up being the developers of that game. But anyways, the third of the 3 generators is located here in the front of this whole building, I guess. That's actually the wireframe of this level's loading screen, and I'm stuck. Well, are we able to get out? We are not. I wonder if that saves what generators we got. Does it? Actually? Hold on. Let's go back and find out. It actually saves that. Nice. So if you get stuck like that, you don't have to start the level all over again. Or if you die, and if you die after getting all 3 of the generators, you don't have to destroy them again. You could just continue as normal to your destination over here, where you will find a bonus item. Very nice. Actually, you know what? We could probably just go over here and then drop over here as a somewhat shortcut to travel to our next destination. Well, Alright. So over here in this section where we have to, go on this road, of course our goal is to basically travel the opposite way that the monopod is going. But what if we travel the same direction as it? Well, we get another bonus item. Alright, so the last of the bonus items is found at the very end of the level, where this huge generator is. If you turn around and go down here, you will find the third bonus item. And there we go, that's all the bonus items for this stage. Pretty simple. This is an overall pretty simple level, but a fun one. Alright.